Visionaries, welcome back to the planet. Thank you for being here today. As individuals come in, thank you so much for being on the planet and do thumbs up the live. Today is Wellness Wednesday on Planet Venus. So we'll be talking about some great ways that we take care of ourselves in today's environment. So let me do a quick roll call as individuals come in. Again, thank you for being in the house today. We have Team Build with Geo, Stephanie 50 and Climbing, Design with Emma, The Amazing Sylvia. Thank you so much for being here. As you come in, we'll be talking about, and I want to share with you and make this as interactive as possible. So we'll enjoy some health and wellness tips here, and I'll share with you some of the things that I do on a daily basis. So welcome in, welcome in. We'll give a few minutes as people enter, and then I'll start to share some of the things that I enjoy for self-care, health, and wellness. And if you don't know, if you're new to the planet, Venus Ascension is about health, wellness, just enjoying our lives and creating the lives that we want outside of YT, and then developing communities as well inside of YT and sharing with one another. So again, thank you for being here today. Wonderful, everyone's coming in and sharing and saying hi to everyone. Thank you so much. Excellent. So this is the first live that I've done in I don't know, probably 3 years. So as I was in Team Build with Geo session, that was right before this one. And then we'll be moving into Life with Marlene after this one. Team Build was giving some wonderful tips about how to keep your channel monetized the right way. And so if you have not seen that, please do go back and watch that replay. It's very informative, especially the creators on YouTube and us being smaller creators and making sure that we have that wonderful activity as we're building our own communities here, that we follow the guidelines and make sure that we have a happy and healthy channel as well. Excellent. We also have Swag Light TV. Thank you so much for being on the planet today. So yeah, I just want to have an open discussion with everyone about how you help to stay well and focused on just being happy and healthy. I know it's challenging times that have been through in the last few years and continuing forward. So I definitely want to kind of focus in and share with you how I stay healthy. And so I kind of have a checklist that I developed over time that has worked for me. It encompasses things just from a mindfulness standpoint during the day. So generally, just remembering to breathe, drink water, hydrate, just focusing in on myself sometimes is a challenge with everything that I have going on. So hopefully you will find these tips helpful as well. So hopefully, let's see if I'll zoom in a little bit more here so you can see these. So let's go. So hopefully you guys can see these. But just drinking enough water is something that is the age-old adage to do. But I find myself sometimes not doing that as much as I should. So definitely now I am drinking enough water, really hydrating, and then putting nutrients in the water, not just drinking, spring water, distilled water, but putting a little bit of lime juice and making sure you get your electrolytes so that you will be well hydrated, those sorts of things. And like Gio said, just breathe. That's something that I find myself, obviously, it's involuntary that we breathe, but really having that mindfulness, taking deep breaths, really bringing the oxygen into your body so that you can stay calm, relax, and be in the moment. I think a lot of times we have so many things going on that we don't take those extra moments for ourselves. for meditation, to pray, just to have that calmness and wellness that we need. So this little checklist, I will have this available in the description of this video as well for those that will be playing it back. It will be available there as well. Stretching, as my muscles and my body in general gets older, stretching has become very, very important in my daily routine. Is a necessity because I have lower back pain sometimes and just that tightness and things, and just not having the best posture during the day, things of that nature. Stretching has really become important for me. So at night, I do kind of a bedtime yoga routine as well as in the morning, kind of that wake up routine to get the body moving gently so that you don't cause yourself injury or challenges throughout the day when you go reaching for something and a muscle kinks up or something like that. So I always take at least 15 minutes in the morning before I get moving on my daily routine to stretch, and then in the evening as well. And throughout the day too, just to keep that mindfulness. So morning routines are important, but then during the midday, because that's when I get really busy, and then don't take that time to repeat, do the repeat throughout the day. Make sure you're continuing to hydrate, take that break, take that walk. That's something very important when I was in an office environment, to just step away from things and take time for you to walk, whether that's a few minutes. If you're going on a restroom break or whatever, take an extra 5 minutes and walk around the building, or find something in nature where you can sit and breathe and not be behind machines. Interacting with others, take some time to just be you and be well and listen to yourself. Um, Snacking, I'm always reaching now for healthier snacks. Before then, I was not doing that. I was generally just reaching for whatever I was going to, or thought that was going to make taste the best and make me feel the best after eating it. But then sometimes I found that that wasn't the best choice, and it actually had an adverse effect or opposite effect. So I would be interested in hearing some of the tips that you have to kind of just be in the moment, be well, and move throughout your. Wouldn't mind sharing that. That would be awesome. But I am rededicating myself to my alkaline journey. So if you haven't seen some of my videos about alkaline wellness, food lists, the teachings of Dr. Sebi before he passed in 2018, I believe, or 2017. Just thinking of different ways of eating, and really the basis of that diet is to reduce mucus forming foods or eliminate those foods, and really focus in on anti-inflammatory foods. So that's the other thing that I've noticed, that as I've gotten older, I've after meals and things, I would become more bloated and not have as much energy. And sometimes that's because of the inflammation that's occurring after eating certain foods. Water is definitely important. So Gio says drinking more water, be amazing. Sylvia, loving that water. So I definitely have to get back into the habit of doing that and making sure that I'm very mindful of my water intake, because that's very important. So on top of flushing your system, again, focusing in on the inflammation. And welcome in, Mrs. Newtons. Thank you so much for sharing health and wellness tips. And I'm sharing my journey of how I'm returning to my alkaline diet, and just enjoying the time. I also, from a hydration standpoint, I didn't like drinking tea. I was a decaf coffee drinker on and off, but I had to watch caffeine in general because I get migraine headaches. And so generally focusing in on hydrating beverages like water. I'm learning to love tea now. So I try, enjoy dandelion teas, ginger tea. Ginger tea is very calming, not just from an overall standpoint, but to the gut and gut health as well. So I'm learning a lot about digestion and health and wellness to kind of support um, my body processing foods as I get older as well. Excellent. So tea is very important to me. Again, just really being focused in on me. I don't think that I do that enough. You know, family obligations, husband, son, work, all of that combined. Just taking a break and making sure that we are selfish sometimes. Sometimes that has a negative connotation. Like we can't be selfish. We have to give, give, give. But if you're gonna give back to yourself as well. So just having the mindfulness and doing that is what I'm learning to do at my not so young age. Definitely staying hydrated is important. Let's see what others have said. Drinking root teas, yeah, definitely that's awesome to do that. I have some burdock root tea, but I haven't tried that yet. But I am drinking dandelion and ginger tea. So once I try the burdock, I definitely will make sure that I tell you guys how that is. Excellent. Let's see. Lemons and fruit, that's great tips to infuse that in the water to add additional nutrients and for flavor as well. Excellent. Two. Yep. Excellent. Two. Wonderful. So yeah, I'll be doing more videos about my alkaline journey. In addition to the foods that's on the list, I also take sea moss on a daily basis to get those additional nutrients and enjoy time, you know, coming up with new recipes and things of that nature. So I'll be sharing that all on the channel as well. Excellent. You love burdock root. So yeah, I'll definitely have to try that. And then how is it unsweetened? Like taking it straight, do you add certain things to it, certain sweeteners? I'll probably try it with a little bit of agave, just to sweeten it a little bit, or stevia or monk fruit, just a low calorie, no calorie type of sweetener in there is what I look for as well. So, but yeah, just taking the time. I think I'm just in a place where mindfulness is key for me. Taking a deep breath and assessing things as they come and staying in the moment instead of letting things kind of pile up and take priority over my own health and wellness. So, me being in my late 40s at this point, it was kind of, just kind of autopilot up to this point. But then now I'm kind of just settling in and enjoying the time. Oh, if you have seen some of my newer content on the channel, revealed to the world, at least to the YouTube world, that I have been late diagnosed as autistic. So I am an autistic person on my neurodiversity journey. So I found it even another way to be more diverse in who I am. So if you're interested in learning about that, but I mean, throughout life, I kind of knew that I interacted differently, cognitively, and otherwise. And so I sought out the diagnosis. It was very challenging to find medical professionals that would assess adults because obviously it's mostly diagnosed in childhood or adolescence for a lot of people. And so me being, in my 40s and saying, hey, I just want to know if this is an actual thing and trying to seek out a professional that would diagnose that. It was a super challenging thing. I probably reached out to at least five, six, seven different medical groups, if you will, in my area, and they all said, no, we only do children or adults up to this age, which was like 17, 18 or so. And so luckily I was able to, through my place of employment at the time, they had kind of telehealth sessions. And so I was able to talk to a professional through that. I did a couple of assessments there, and then they found out or assessed me with autism. And I kind of was like, I knew that already. I just wanted somebody to technically say or diagnose it so that I could move forward with, some surety that that's what it was. So there's a few videos that I've released thus far that focus in on my diagnosis and kind of what that means on a daily basis. Nothing has changed from day to day. I just know me very well, and it was just refreshing to know that I wasn't wrong about me. So just really, again, listening to my body, listening to myself, understanding more about me as I get older, what works for me and what will be most healthful for me as I continue through life. So I look forward to, again, hearing and sharing through your experiences as well, things that you've grown to understand or know about yourself that makes you unique, and just enjoy and settle into your wisdom, and you as a person as you get older and stuff. I'm fascinated by that because I grew up around a lot of elders, more elders than children. And so I just vibe well with being around individuals that have a lot of wisdom. And I think that's what drew me to Team Build with Geo, to this group of women, and really enjoying learning more about me and more about you guys through your content. So it's a very wonderful thing. Yes, we do find out new things about ourselves each day, and that's what I'm enjoying, like being a student of myself to a certain extent. Really understanding what it means to be me at this age that I am now versus what I was like 10 years ago, or as a teen, or as a kid, or whatever, like the growing stages. So that is awesome to see the transformation. Like a lot of the times, some of us as parents, we're looking at our kids and their growth stages and all of that, but miss our own path, our own growth stages and stuff. And so that's a beautiful journey in itself. And I'm learning more to take more time to cherish that as well. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Oh, thank you guys. You guys are super supportive. And I definitely enjoy interacting with you and again, hearing about your stories, your adventures through life. And that's what makes it enjoyable, because as we know, other aspects of YT are non-supportive communities. And so I'm glad that I found this one, and you guys are awesome. Excellent. So I'll probably take a few more minutes here and then wrap up, and we'll head over to Life with Marlene. But I definitely thank you guys for being here and showing the love and support as always. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah, definitely in our own way, in our own different abilities. That's the one thing as I started on my journey to kind of explore more what that might mean for me, if anything, because I've been this way all my life. how it's described, like neurodiversity is a spectrum, obviously, and it's people that have ADHD, autism, OCD, various different things, and just understanding the differences between all of those and the differences between people. One autistic person doesn't look the same as another. And so it's just, we're all different. And the fact that it's labeled a disability, I just call it a different ability. I think differently, process information differently than others. And so to me, it's not a disability, it's my different ability. So I embrace it and enjoy being me, basically. So excellent. Wonderful. Yes, very supportive, very amazing group. Awesome. So, yeah, I will wrap it up here and I look forward to being here again on the planet with you next week. Again, thank you so much for being on the planet today. And we're going to pass it over to Life with Marlene. So, until next time, peace and blessings, family. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, before I do that, we have a couple more comments in the chat. And Dave, I see Dave Durango has joined us. Excellent. Yes, your nieces. I remember you sharing that. That is wonderful. Learning differently. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Dave, for stopping in. We're taking the party over to another channel at this time. But yes, I'll definitely catch up with you. Thank you so much for being on the planet today. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much. And peace and blessings. And I'll see you in the next live Life with Marlene.